Alrighty, guys. Good afternoon, morning, evening, middle of the night, 3, 4, 5 a.m., 10 a.m., however it is you're seeing this. We are in 2.8, the Roman Republic. It's not that lengthy, but I do got some maps to show you. And you owe them us. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. 22 questions, a lot of geography questions too. So I have a little geography activities for you guys, which is a good thing as well. Let's go ahead and get started. After the Greeks, we have the Romans. The Romans will kind of assimilate the Greeks to an extent. The Roman Empire will be vast. It will last for about 1,500 years, 2,000 years. It goes from before zero to after zero, and the Roman Empire falls twice. It's so big, it has two capitals. That's how big the Roman Empire is, right? So vocabulary for us, centuriate assembly, responsible for the election of the Roman consuls. Patricians consisted of wealthy landowners and descendants of Rome's old Roman aristocracy, could serve as members of the Senate. And plebeians or plebs, the middle or lower class members of Roman society. The person you got to know here is Hannibal. He's a Carthaginian military commander, roamed the Italian peninsula, conquering Roman-controlled cities. Awesome. Show you why in a bit. So the geography of Italy. Italy is a peninsula in southern Europe. It extends to the Mediterranean Sea. To the east is Greece. France and Spain are to the west. It has several large islands lay off the coast. Corsica and Sardinia are located in the Ligurian Sea to the west. The island of Sicily nearly touches the southern tip of Italy, Italian peninsula, and is not far from the coast of North Africa. The interior of Italy is covered with fertile valleys and plains suitable for farming. The Apennine Mountains run north and south. And though they divide the peninsula east and west, they never formed a barrier between Italian people. As with other ancient civilizations, many of the early peoples of Italy settled in river valleys. One such settlement was along the Tiber River. This location was especially appealing because it had 7 hills suitable for defense. People living around these hills later established the city of Rome. So let me show you what we're talking about. Italy is located in the middle of the Mediterranean. So as we're looking at this map, right here's Spain, France, the British are over here. There's Germany, here's Turkey, here's Egypt, right? Mediterranean overall. Here are the Greeks, what we were just talking about. This is Italia, Italy. Italy itself has these mountains along the center. They form this spine. Mount Vesuvius will actually erupt around 90 AD, I believe, and it destroys 2 cities. Destroys it. Here's this Tiber River where Rome is located. Here is Corsica, Sardinia, and Sicily, these islands that they were referring to. The Adriatic Sea, which divides Italy from Europe. And then we have the Aegean is over here for the Greeks. We do have other mountains, Doce Monte Amaro, and Corno Grande. I'm saying it in Italian, Spanish with some Italian accent just to be with you guys. Forgive me if I mispronounce this stuff. Rome itself, let's continue. Early history of Rome. During the 8th century, the Greeks established colonies in Sicily and Italian Peninsula. One of the people groups that they encountered were the Etruscans. The Etruscans ruled much of Italy, including Rome, like the founders of it. At that time, Rome was just a village inhabited by Latins. The Latins lived in an organized farming communities. They were not generally a warring people like the Etruscans. However, as Latins in Rome interacted more and more, they began to adopt their ways. The Roman Republic, many of the events before the formation of the Roman Republic are unknown. However, we do know that in 509 BC, the Etruscan kingdom was overthrown. In its place, a republic was established. A republic is a form of government which people elect their rulers and lawmakers, like the Greeks. The Roman Republic was divided into 2 main classes, the patricians and the plebeians. They were up there. Other assemblies included the tribal assembly, the curate assembly, and the centuriate assembly, as mentioned above. The centurion assembly comprised both patricians and plebeians. However, the power in the centuriate was organized according to class. Therefore, patricians controlled the centuriate. Coins of Hannibal and his battle elephants. Government officials were elected by the assemblies. We're almost out of time. Two chief officials were the consuls. The consuls served as joint rulers overseeing the government and the military system of Rome. In 471 BC, the plebeian council was created in which only plebeians could be members. Eventually, the council was permitted the right to pass legislation to all Roman citizens. So good job, right? The people got these powers. To further protect the plebeians from injustice, the law of the 12 tables was adopted in 449 BC. So 490 BC is the Battle of Marathon. 480 BC is the Battle of Thermopylae. We're going back to Greek history. Italian conquest. While the conflict between the patricians and the plebeians were causing strife within, the Roman Republic was continuously engaged in war with neighboring United city-states. Victorious in battle, Rome expanded its territories in all directions. By 265 BC, the Romans defeated the Etruscans in the north and the Greeks in the south. To ensure their control over Latins, Etruscans, and Greeks, Italian Peninsula Romans opened citizenship to the leading members of local communities. So we beat you, now join us. As Roman citizens, they were allowed to participate in government of their state. The states under Roman control were organized into Roman confederations. In exchange for Roman freedoms and privileges, conquered states were expected to pay taxes and supply soldiers for the Roman military, which was awesome. The Roman Empire, if we're looking at how long did it last, it says here around the year 0, that's when Caesar takes over. And on this timeline, it goes through 1500. As we just saw, though, they're founded before that. The Roman Empire itself is huge by the time we reach after 0. As far north as Great Britain, as far south as Egypt, and they even took the Persians. They're connected by roads. Roads connected the Roman Empire, which is the reason why they were able to conquer so much. A lot of these roads are still being used today, right? Rome's conquest of the Mediterranean southern portion peninsula brought conflict with Carthage. Carthage was a city-state in North Africa. The first Punic War, as it's called, was largely fought in sea. The second Punic War was called by the Romans the war against Hannibal. Hannibal, with an army of 45,000 men, marched from Spain along the coast across the Alps to Rome itself. So do I have, here's Hannibal's route. So he will literally cross, here's Carthage. So he'll go this way, he'll cross over here, through and through, cut through the Appellate, cut through the Alps using hot wine at fire and cold water to break rock. And he will almost get there. The Romans will then attack Carthage and Hannibal goes back. It's crazy. Hannibal almost defeated the Romans. He used battle elephants. 50 years later, the Romans regretted their victory. Carthage had many allies. Among them was Macedonia. Alexander the Great, Macedonia. All right, so here are some of these battles. And a map of Greece, or a map of the Mediterranean with bodies of water and with countries. All right, you will need this for your assignments. Best of luck. You all got this. Lesson 9 coming soon. There's 13 lessons, so I got more to do.